next guest brings the funny whether he's on the radio, the red carpet, or on TV. Now, he just released his third stand-up special, and this one is called Snack Daddy. Please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Michael Yo.
Yo! What's up, Sherri? I'm so excited to be here.
I'm glad you're here, too. Now, I know, and I'm glad you're here because you live in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
But now you're performing in New York,
yes.
okay? So how's it feel being back in the city?
You know what I love about New York? They keep it real in New York. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they let you know. If they like you, they let you know. I was walking down the street and a car stopped and went, Michael Yo! I was like, I got fans! But then the guy was like, get the hell out of the road. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm in New York. I'm in New York.
You are in New York.
I'm in New York.
That is New York. And now you got your son, Oliver, who is 8. You got your daughter, Elise, she is 5.
Yes.
So, like, are they still young enough to, like, have that respect for you?
Respect, what's that mean?
Oh,
No. My kids talk back to me all the time.
They do.
But the problem is they're smart, so they make sense. It's hard to get mad at a kid when he makes sense, right? The other day, my son asked me to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I was like, no. And you know what he said? Why? And I was like, oh, because I said so.
That's it.
But my son's too smart. He goes, that's not a good reason. He goes, if you don't tell me what I did wrong, how am I supposed to correct the problem so I can go next time?
Oh, Michael.
I told him he needed to drop out of school. You need to stop going to school. No, you're too smart. Like, they too smart.
They are too smart nowadays. He got you. But do you think it's like the way you raised them? You think the dads are too soft, Michael?
Oh, yeah. Look. My dad never cried once. Okay. I have my daughter, Elise. She's 5. I cry all the time. Yeah. I do. And I asked myself, why do I cry so much? And then it hit me. Every generation, a father gets softer and softer and softer.
Right.
But it's not a bad thing. We're evolving. We're getting better. Like, my black grandfather was born in 1902 in America.
Okay.
Went through injustices a lot of people can't imagine. My dad went through segregation, still got a PhD in nuclear physics. That's right.
Ooh.
But the sad thing is, my dad had to march just to drink out of the same water fountains as everybody else.
Wow.
Me? I would never drink out of a fountain. That's disgusting. Ugh. I can't take my dad to the park because he has to drink out of every fountain. He's like, I'll fall for this.
I love it. You have evolved.
I have evolved. We've all evolved.
Okay. Now, you know, I love it because you talk about your dad, you talk about your granddad, but your parents, they've been married for over 50 years, Michael.
Just celebrated 51 years.
They just celebrated 51 years. So what would you say is like the secret to their success?
Well, first of all, you need to know my dad's black, just turned 80 years old, and he got swag. You know, like my dad walks around the house like this, you know what I mean? He's always laughing, like, always pointing at things that's not even there. You know, my mom, she was born and raised in Korea, South Side.
Okay.
You know. And the thing my dad told me, because when I got married, I said, what's the key to marriage? He goes, oh, that's simple. Never say the first or second thing that pops into your head.
Really?
Always say the third.
The third.
The first thing, you won't be in the house. The second thing, you definitely won't keep the house. And the third thing is, like, you'll get a divorce. So that's what I learned from my dad.
Oh, okay. So you learned from your dad.
Yeah.
You ever had to, like, use that?
Yeah. About 6 months ago, me and my wife were driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. She packs a cooler of food for our daughter. Okay. We get to Vegas, she opens up the cooler and goes, the food all melted. I looked in the cooler and noticed she didn't put any ice in it. I was like, Now, the first thing, and I go, hey, baby, it melted because you didn't put ice in the cooler.
That's the first thing.
No. My wife goes, you don't need to put ice in the cooler. It's a cooler, duh. Oh, no. The first thing that popped into my head was, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But I didn't say the first or second thing, I said the third thing.
What was the third thing?
Baby, this cooler must be broken. That's what You know what
Happy
wife, happy life, Sherri.
That's it. And I love this, Michael, because you're currently on your Issa True.
It's a
true comedy tour. Now, where'd you get that name from?
My mom, she's Korean. They're the most blunt people in the world. My mom she don't even say people's names, she describes them now.
Really?
Oh, that's an Asian thing. So she saw one of my friends, she calls me up and goes, I saw your friend. I go, which one? She goes, fat boy, small feet. I I go, Mom, that's mean. She goes, why? It's so true. It's so true.
Michael, I love you. I love your mama and your daddy.
Oh, I love you, and congrats on season 4. Come on now. Come on, Sherri. Give it up for Sherri. Yes. Yes.
Which means you gotta come back.
You know I will.
You gotta come back. I wanna thank you for being here. Welcome Harrison Greenbaum to my Laugh Lounge. Harrison!
Hi.
Okay, so you got some exciting news to share with me.
Yes, I actually just got engaged to a girl from Nebraska. Thank you. It's a fun sentence to say because different parts of it are surprising to each of you.
Yes.
Right? Like, what a journey they just went on, huh? They're like, engaged? What? A girl? No. Nebraska? Get the hell out of here. It's too many plot twists for a single sentence.
So now that you're engaged, when are you getting married?
Yes, well, first of all, she's a hot white girl under 30, which I did not think I was gonna end up with.
There you go.
Those are my 3 least favorite categories, right? Like, they all believe in astrology. It's insane. And I think I figured out why the hot white girls love astrology. I figured it out. It's because things go their way so often that on the rare occasion they don't, they've decided to blame outer space. Can you imagine that level of confidence just walking into a bar? Like, the only thing that could block me now is the universe. I would love that. Get rejected by a girl, be like, no, I get it, Jupiter. But yeah, we're planning the wedding, which has been tough. You know, I'm not a big fan of weddings. Nobody's ever honest at a wedding. I was at a wedding a few weeks ago, and the bride was like, I'm so lucky because I'm marrying my best friend. He's my best friend. Just once, I want our actual best friend to stand up, be like, screw you. I'm your best friend. That's your best friend? The guy you met 6 months ago on Tinder. That's your best friend. The guy who satisfies you 25% of the time. Do you know why I know that? Because I'm your best friend. What? No, you sit the hell down, Sheila. You're ruining this day.
It's so many iconic comedians who headline Vegas, but you are the first to headline a Cirque du Soleil show. So you gotta tell me, what is that like?
It's amazing. It's a huge honor. Cirque is amazing. But I went to Harvard and now I'm in the circus, so they pretty much cancel each other out, right? Yeah. It's like being straight and being stuck with this voice. There's no net gain. I like that. They're like, what's his sexuality? I'm a registered independent.
Okay, so I gotta say, did you watch the midterms last week?
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been weird. We've had the 2 oldest presidents in a row, right? 70 and now 78. And I think we need to stop with old people. Okay. Right? Like, there's an age minimum in the Constitution. You have to be 35 to be president.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting an age maximum.
Okay.
I think if you want to run for president, you should be able to run. Okay. I think the presidential race should include an actual race. That's what I think.
That's what I think.
If you want to steer this nation, you should be able to drive at night, don't you think? Like, don't you think it's weird to have a president who looks like he both loves soup and is bad at eating soup? He's 78. Do you know what the average lifespan of a male in America is? 78. That's wild. He was on television a few days ago. He's like, this is my 10-year plan. I was like, not for you. Not medically or statistically speaking. I'm a fan, but be reasonable.
Okay, Harrison, I know you're out there, you're watching the midterms. Do you do a lot of charity work?
I do. I like Make-A-Wish, Wounded Warriors. I try to be a good person.
Yes.
I had a, thank you. I actually had a buddy call me up. He's like, can you do a 5K run for charity?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, great. What's the charity? He was like, childhood obesity.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I'll do it, but they're gonna run with us, right? Be weird if they're just watching. I was like, how about this? How about this? How about you have them do it and then we raise money by gambling on who's gonna make it? That feels like a win-win.
We both do stand-up comedy. I know I travel a lot. Do you travel a lot as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm in Las Vegas now, but I used to be on planes all the time. Actually, coming here, there was a medical emergency on the plane. I never experienced that before.
Yeah.
There's a guy, like, having a heart thing. The pilot got on the speaker. He's like, is there a doctor on the plane? Is there a doctor? Guy next to me was like, I'm a psychologist. I was like, sit the hell down. What are you gonna do for the guy? Are you just gonna stand over him like, are you angry you're gonna die? Would you like me to call over a dentist so 2 people can't help you?
Okay, I don't even know how your mama handles you, but I know your mother is on social media.
Yeah, she's on Facebook now. It's very awkward. Yeah, and she's uploading all the old family pictures.
Yeah.
So she's doing it by taking iPhone photos of the photos while they're still framed on the wall. And she doesn't turn the flash off. So every picture has that like reflection of her taking the picture of it. I had to call her. It's like, Mom, you need to put a shirt on. Like, it is horrifying. Why isn't Dad wearing pants? It's a leather couch. It's gonna stick.
Wait, okay, hold up. My heart is hurting real bad. Harrison, I want to thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you
are
so much.
absolutely amazing. My next guest has worked alongside comedy legends like Larry David and Zach Galifianakis. She's traveled the globe, making people laugh, and now after decades in the game, she just released her debut stand-up special, I'm Roz Brown. Please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Roz Brown.
Thank you.
Roz!
Thank you.
Now, Roz, I gotta say this. I have known you since before stand-up when you were a CPA.
Yes.
Okay, did you like working as an accountant?
Well, yeah, in a way. You know, I got into it because my high school teacher told me I could make a lot of money as a CPA, but I didn't know I had to go work.
Yeah.
You know, get a job. You know, those day jobs, because they got them hours, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
The 5 I could make, but that 9 was too early. And then I did taxes. You know I did that.
Yeah.
Right? And people would come in the office with attitudes. Talking about, I don't want to be here. And I would say, I don't want to be here either. And people think because you do their return, and I'm a CPA, I sign it, they can put anything they want down on it. Mm-hmm. I'll say, go ahead and put it down. And after my signature, I would put T. I would put, this is their stuff. My boss told me I had bad conflict negotiation skills.
He said, oh, he did?
Yeah, I told him to kiss me. Sir, because I got manners.
Girl, now I love it because now you're stand-up. You're traveling the world. How did you get from a CPA into comedy?
So I looked at all the occupations I could do to be out and out at night.
Okay.
So it was a tie between being a comedian or a prostitute. I know, people say I shouldn't say that. They say, Roz, you shouldn't tell people you had hoe aspirations. But prostitution is profitable.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I even played one in a movie.
Yeah.
I was hoe number 3. I was excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my acting coach told me I was gonna get the part. He told me I was too heavy. Uh-huh. Yeah, he told me there were no fat hoes. I told him, I don't know where you live, but I live, they got fat hoes. You in the wrong neighborhoods.
Okay. Okay, I just need to know your whole comedic style. Where did you get your comedy inspiration from?
My mom.
Yeah.
She is the funniest person I know.
Okay.
She planned her family's size. She has 7 kids, so she could assign each of us a day of the week to call her.
Okay.
Yeah, my day is Tuesday. I'm Tuesday, the child full of grace.
Yeah.
Right? And I call her religiously, too. And if I don't call her, I'll hear about it, like, how come you didn't call me on Tuesday? And then if I call another day, she's like, it's not Tuesday. I'm like, but Ma, it's Christmas.
Okay, okay.
She's like, oh, okay, it's okay now. It's okay.
Now, you took Mom's advice, and she told you to get a dog? Yeah,
when I got married, my mom gave me advice. Mm-hmm. She said, Roz, go out and get you a dog. That way you get used to someone following you all around the house and get on your last damn nerve.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I got a dog named Tip.
Tip?
Tip is a Bichon. Yeah, he's so cute. I love that dog. But he got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
He went around the house all day with just running around. A couple of years ago, he was running around the house with a DVD in his mouth. Ooh. I know. I said, Tippy, what you got? He's like, woo, woo, woo. I got the DVD out of his mouth, and it said, My Special Picks. And my husband's writing. Uh-huh. So I'm thinking, of course, it's some porn. Mm-hmm. Right? and I put it in the computer, and it was photos of me, of my husband, not me, but my husband with another woman.
Oh, no.
I couldn't believe it, I know. I looked down at the dog Tip, and he said, woof, woof, I got some more. Sherri, he got 3 more DVDs.
He got 3 more DVDs? Yeah.
Of course, I had to go through them all.
Uh-huh.
And I was getting pissed because the girl was ugly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, at least if you're gonna cheat, cheat up.
Okay, okay.
He tried to deny it. Talking about who you gonna believe, me or the dog?
What'd you say?
I'm like, the dog got the evidence. I'm gonna believe the dog.
Roz, I want to say thank you so much for being here, girl. Y'all, please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Tammy Pescatelli.
Tammy, thank you, sis.
Girl, so we've been friends over 10 years, and whenever you come to town, you love crashing at my house.
I love staying with you. And listen, Sherri has a dog that she had specially trained
Yes, she's my
to
guard
take
dog.
care of the guard dog, and that dog on command,
Yes.
does everything to protect. But that dog follows me everywhere because it's an Italian Corso, and she recognizes her people.
So I know that we're tight, you and I, but how tight are you with your other girlfriends?
I only have 3 a.m. friends.
What is that?
That's a friend that will pray with you and slay with you.
Yes.
Right?
yes.
Like, pray you that you don't snap, and then bury the body if you do.
Yes.
Okay?
Those are girlfriends you need.
Look, look all these people supporting you,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
This is amazing. Amazing.
So thankful.
And you deserve it. But a lot of women say they support women, and they're lying. And I can prove it, because you take a little selfie with your friend, and you post it up, and you only fix yourself with the beauty filter. Right? You leave your friend hanging there like, did you enjoy the Sherri Shepherd show? Shrek did. I can tell.
So they filter themselves up, and then
That's
you don't
it.
get filtered up.
That's
Oh
it,
my
yeah.
God. I love you, Tammy, so much because you have such amazing family stories. How is your family doing?
Well, they're crazy. A lot of my single girls, you want a man to swipe right. I just want one man to wipe right. That's all I'm looking for.
Wait a minute, what?
Please, Lord. In my house, it's horrible.
What? Talk to me.
Well, listen, I love my son. He's 14. He's amazing. He told me yesterday that he identifies as an adult, and I was like, well, here's the mortgage.
Okay. Yes.
Come to the mailbox with mommy if you want to see a horror film. Okay. See all the bills that come in this joint. My husband is amazing. I could handle it all if I could sleep, Sherri.
Yeah, yeah.
He snores and doesn't believe me. Right?
They never do.
Now I'm a liar. Now I gotta film him like I'm looking for a Yeti in the Andes. Like why would I make that up? I'm in the business of words. Like, I'd make up something, like, you know what you do while you sleep? You juggle. Like, I heard pillows hitting the ceiling in a rhythmic formation. That drives me crazy.
Girl, but you love him. You've been married so long. Because y'all been married how long?
Oh, who knows? I'm too old to remember.
Okay.
Listen, anybody who made it through the whole quarantine, right?
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, how did you do during the quarantine?
Well, I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
I learned I don't like to do puzzles. I learned if you had to watch a video to learn how to wash your hands, me and you are never going to be friends. Just let that go. I gained so much weight.
I know. I did. I think I did 12.
No, you look. Listen. If I want to slip into something more comfortable, it's going to have to be the dark. But we don't fat shame anymore, do we? So who cares? I started an OnlyFans. I start naked, they pay me to get dressed.
Okay, wait a minute. When we talk, because going through when we were talking about therapy, I started therapy. Did you start therapy?
I did, but you have to understand, my people don't, like, I'm the only one in my family that ever did it without a court order. So, like, I don't care what they showed you on The Sopranos. That was fake. I called my mother. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to therapy. She said, what are you going to therapy for? For that, right there. Start there. I don't know. I mean, and I knew it was going to be tough. I mean, everything is tough. Marriage is tough. I knew that from my grandfather, because the day before I got married, he came over to my house, little Italian man, goes, today is the best day of your life. I said, but Pop, I get married tomorrow. He goes, I know, today is the best day. Not tomorrow, so. You remember that.
I remember that. I watched your Way After School special, and in it, you talked about book clubs in that special.
Yeah, well, look, I don't have time for book clubs. I barely have time for movies. I get it, like the 50 Shades of Grey phenomenon that happened with, I understand. Right, look, you get excited because women want to be tied up. Let's be real, right? Because while you're tied up, you don't have to do the laundry, the dishes, you don't have to go to work. You're like, it's behind the milk. Move the milk. I just bought it on Tuesday.
Tammy Pescatelli, I love you so much, and I thank you for coming out and supporting me.
Thank you.
Now, my next guest won Last Comic Standing back in 2004, and he has not stopped making us laugh since. His latest comedy special, Heavy Lightweight, streams exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. Please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Alonzo Bodden. Alonzo!
Hello, Sherri.
Hello. You know, it's so funny because we've been talking. Holidays are here and the new year is approaching. Are you excited about the future?
I am for me.
Yeah.
You know who I'm not excited for?
Who?
Young people.
Really?
You know I'm talking about the letter generations, the X, Ys, and the Zs.
Yeah.
They have no future.
Yeah.
No, they don't. You know what? You know how I know they have no future? Because there's no plan. You know how I know there's no plan, Sherri?
No.
We started at X.
Okay.
I mean, when you have a plan and it don't work, you're like, well, I'll try plan B. We started them at X, Sherri. They got 3 shots, then the zombies take over. Then you got the crazy people, the conspiracy theory people, right?
Yeah.
And I love the conspiracy theory people because they believe you can get this many people to work together.
Okay.
You're gonna get the whole world. Sherri, we can't agree on the potato salad at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We can't. You know, if someone show up with raisins in the potato salad, you're like, oh, no. See, right? You have your perfect conspiracy. You're gonna change the whole world. Then somebody says, you know, LeBron better than Jordan. Uh-oh, we got problems.
So I love it because you're worried about young people, but how you feel about the older folks, Alonzo?
Well, see, I'm one of them now. I'm one of the older folks now, and you know, we're all right. We need to step aside.
Yeah.
They're telling the young people what to do, like TikTok, right? I love, you got to get off TikTok. And my favorite one, the Chinese are hacking TikTok. So what? TikTok is Gen Z. Gen Z ain't got no money. What the Chinese gonna get? They hacked TikTok for 3 months. We made $86.
Okay.
I don't mess with TikTok. You know why? Because I'm too old, Sherri. Mm-hmm. I'll be on TikTok. I'll be scrolling through. Be just my luck, right? I stumble at some little 12-year-old girl twerking right when the man walked by. Now I'm in jail with Diddy. We too old for TikTok. Let me tell you something. I see you out there. I know some of you old heads out there. Let me tell you something. If your email address is john@aol.com, not even a number, you just John, you too old for TikTok.
Okay.
If you remember when the internet made noise.
Yes.
If you remember sliding in, remember the disc? You got 50 hours, you ain't know what it was.
Yes.
And you, blah, blah, blah. If you remember that, no TikTok for you.
Okay.
Sherri, if you ever said, hang up, I'm going online. You know you ain't got no business on TikTok.
You got no business on TikTok.
Tell a 19-year-old to hang up. They look at you like, oh, Mom, Grandpa's upstairs again. You want me to hang up a phone.
Okay, but you're doing, I have to say this, despite all of that, you look very well. Are you doing yoga?
Sherri,
Yeah.
I fool people.
You fool people.
They say I look good, Sherri. I'm at the doctor all the time. I used to only go to the doctor when I was hurt. Now people send me.
Yeah.
You been to the doctor? No, you should go. My doctor's the most concerned and casual doctor. He will take a test, give me the results, and then say, don't worry about it. He did a sonogram of my heart. Your resting heart rate is 60% of normal, but don't worry about it. Like, well, I wasn't worried about it yesterday. You know, they did a chest scan. He said, you got a spot on your lung, but don't worry about it. Oh, you mean the lungs I breathe with? Those are the ones. Now, I could be in a coma. My doctor be like, you're going to get plenty of rest. You're going to sleep well for a while. So, yeah, so he said that, you know, I've always lifted weights. He said, you're too old. Told me to start doing yoga.
Really?
And I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna go to yoga class. It's gonna be full of women in yoga pants. It's gonna be the greatest workout I ever had. I went to class. There was women in yoga pants. Sherri, I was so busy grunting. I'm sweating. I'm trying not to pass gas. I'm trying, you understand? And I don't mean to be disgusting. No, really, I tell you. So, it's 11 years. 11 years ago, I donated a kidney to my brother.
Okay.
Right? Don't clap, don't clap, don't clap. He owed me money. Oh. You ain't skating out on no bad kidney. I got 2, you get 1, back to work. So they do, it's called laparoscopic surgery.
Right.
So what they do a little incision.
Right there.
In here, and they go in and they do the whole thing. The surgery's fine, right?
Right.
Now, after the surgery, I'm in the hospital bed.
Okay.
And I'm in pain. My stomach, I'm like, I'm dying. And the nurse like, what's wrong? I said, I don't know, my stomach. She said, did you release the gas? I'm like, what? And so I didn't notice. They inflated me to do the surgery. So she said, you got to release the gas. She said, extend your left leg, right? I'm laying in bed. Cross your right knee over your left leg and twist your body.
Okay.
Sherri, when I say I released the gas, I cleared the room, the bed, the sheets going. So now, flash forward 10 years, I'm in yoga class.
Yeah.
Yoga teacher, lay on the mat. Extend your left leg. Cross your right knee. There's only 2 men in the class. I looked at the other dude. I was like, it's on, brother, it's on. It's on. Sherri, we was in row 3, we cleared row 2. Row two, like, namaste. They're like, nah, must go.
Nah, must go. When we like namaste, Alonzo, Bodden, I want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sherri.
Y'all go see Alonzo on New Year's Eve at Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis. There was another place you're supposed to be.
I'm going to be at the Ontario Improv.
The Ontario Improv.
December 5th.
December 5th, the Ontario Improv.
I hate to do this on your show, but you keep saying Bodden is Boden.
Alonzo Boden. Oh my gosh, I've known you for 20 years.
I know, but Sherri, you forgot. So you were overcome. You were overcome. I've been hitting on Sherri since 1993. I ain't got nowhere, but I'm still trying.
I know.
She got a TV show. You know, you can get.
Alonzo
Help me out,
Boden.
Sherri.
Alonzo, I'm so glad you're here, and I love you so much. Yo, give it up for Alonzo Boden. So listen, he already making me laugh. One of the most nerve-wracking moments of my life was doing my Oprah Winfrey impression for Oprah. So I am very impressed because my next guest has amassed over 100 million TikTok views. And he's done it by impersonating celebrities to their faces. Take a look.
Hey everybody, this is Barack Obama, and I am here with...
I'm actually Barack Obama.
In this episode of The World According to Jeff Goldblum, we're going to be exploring pitter-pat.
Hey everyone, this is Andy Cohen. Oh my God, it's an amazing day, because guess who I'm with?
And I am doing you to you right now. What do you think about that? That's very good. Very good.
John Oliver on the street. Now who better to do this with then?
Honestly, it's not bloody bad.
Thank you very much.
Y'all, please welcome to my Laugh Lounge, Matt Friend.
Yes! Come on! So happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. Now,
I've been liking your stories on Instagram. I feel like a little flirtatious. I mean, thank you for having me.
all right,
now we're here.
You better stop. I like the young ones. You better stop that, man.
Come on.
Don't be teasing auntie, okay? Now I have to say, Matt, you are 26 years old.
Yeah.
And you can do over 250 impressions.
Yes.
So when did you first realize that you had this skill?
Well, my parents are here. They're sitting right there.
Your mom and pop's here.
I was, can you tell who are my parents in this crowd, right?
I know, because at first I said...
That's what happens.
At first, I thought it was the black lady next to the white lady. That
Exactly.
Was I wasn't quite sure.
No, come on. No. But, I was 4 years old, and I started doing impressions as a kid. I watched Austin Powers, and that's what got me obsessed. And then I watched YouTube videos of old great talk shows and comedians. Now you got the torch. You're killing it right now.
Oh,
so.
man, you are so sweet.
But I just loved old comedy, late night Johnny Carson, Don Rickles, that era of show.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, Matt, we actually have a video of you impersonating Dr. Evil at 5 years old.
Yes.
Take a look.
Yeah.
Throw me a freaking broom here! Jesus Christ! I mean, what the heck with this kid?
Yeah, it's a disease that I've had since I was apparently 5 years old.
I
so.
love it. I know
Yeah.
you had people smiling all the time.
Yeah.
And I know Jamie Foxx, he totally fanned out on you.
And you were on his show?
And I was on a show. We're very dear friends. And I know, so for him to fan out, that's a big deal.
It was like the best.
Yeah, like, how did it feel with him fanning out on you on a red carpet?
That was the craziest moment of, I think, my life. Yeah, Golden Globes, red carpet, and I'm just trying to get some fun comedy moments.
Right.
You know how it is, comedy interviews, and then Jamie comes in and he goes, like, we had a crazy moment. It was like a 2.5 minute, and he's like my #1 idol.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I know that had to be something.
It was unbelievable, yeah.
Unbelievable to me is the fact that you do over 250
Thank
impressions.
you.
That's unbelievable.
Thank
so
you.
would I be able to do this? Can I say like
It's the longest I've spoken as myself ever. Like, what
I
am
know.
doing?
And guess what? And you're very interesting as yourself,
Oh,
even.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Man, I try.
Okay. So would I be able to ask you, like, say a celebrity name,
Let's go,
and then and then you're gonna do your thing.
Let's try.
Okay. So Andy Cohen at a Memorial Day barbecue.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's great. Hey, guys, it's AC. I mean, hopefully at a barbecue, there's some cute guys. Yeah, I mean, this is great. Take a shot ski. See you, Sherri. You're amazing. Yeah, you're cute. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Now let me see. Okay. Oh, what about Jennifer Coolidge? If Jennifer Coolidge is realizing that today is Hump Day.
Oh God, I just love to hump. Oh God, I just love to get close with my loved one and just grind on them. I know it's daytime television, but oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
That is spot on. Spot on. Okay. Now Jeff Goldblum. A lot of people don't know this, but Jeff Goldblum.
My golly, of course. Thank you. Yes.
Sherri,
People don't know this.
your audience may not know of pitter pat, yes.
I actually used to be
Your acting teacher.
You did?
Many years ago, I was Sherri's acting teacher.
were.
And now you and I, hang on just a second. We're reunited, of course. I was your Sandy Meisner, yes.
Yes, you were.
There may be trouble ahead.
I have a mild sexual experience when I do that.
Oh my gosh. Matt, where do you go to in your mind when you have to do these characters?
I don't know. I just do the Trump weave. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You watch one of his speeches, like, what the hell is he saying? But they said, don't get political, it's daytime, but we're here anyway. And we love Sherri, right? No, but anyway, I don't know. It just happens. It's crazy. Yeah. My sister called me a glorified parrot. So that's probably what I am.
You are so amazing. I cannot wait to see where your career goes and what you're gonna do in the future.
Thank you.
Matt, thank you for being here.
Me.
My next guest paved the way for many up-and-coming female comedians, me being one of them. She made history as the first black female host on Showtime at the Apollo. And, yes, Essence magazine named her one of the 200 African-American women who have changed the world. Please welcome Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. Oh, my goodness, mama. Phyllis Yvonne Stickney, you know, I have always admired you because you've been fearless. You have been a role model to so many. How does it feel knowing that you've paved the way for so many women?
Oh, Sherri, I am grateful. More than anything, I am grateful to be remembered and to be revered or put in that space because somebody paved the way for me.
Yeah.
So to know that I made a difference in someone's life or inspired them or encouraged them, I feel very grateful.
Well, yes. And I know, you know, people see, you know, where you are, but you got a lot of doors that were slammed in your face when you first started out. Can you tell me what was your first big break?
Well, my first big break in television was The Women of Brewster Place.
Right?
And then actually at that time I had a show, New Attitude, and then Different World.
Different
World, right? I got to get a chance to be on Different World in that original cast. So it was really exciting for me to start as a richly melanated girl on television. And to be able to bring that Afrocentric style to network television.
That was it.
Yeah.
And you fought and you got that door open for the Afrocentric styles. But you were the first black female to host Showtime at the Apollo.
Yes.
What was that like?
Well, it was funny. It was Barry Moss and Associates was the casting. And they actually found me in Washington Square Park doing comedy in the streets.
Wow.
I had to make them stop, then stay, then pay, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right? It was a whole different movie then, right? So at that time, I got a chance to, I was the first one to actually win first place at the Apollo. Before you know, it was the regular Apollo, before the television show.
Yes.
So it was exciting because it was the first.
You know what? This is so funny to me that Dave Chappelle had to remind you that he was your opener.
Okay.
He opened for you.
Yes, I have that honor. Don't hate us because we're fabulous. Don't do it. Right, Dave Chappelle. I mean, how amazing was that? There was a comedy club, Caroline's South Shore.
Right there.
Right?
Yes.
And one time we were hanging out, Dave and I, and he said, "Do you remember when I opened for you?" And I was like, "What? You opened for me?" And then I looked at him and said, "Oh, that's right, you were the little skinny guy." You were that little skinny guy, right? Back in the day.
Well, it's so funny because I know you appeared, you were in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. You were also in Malcolm X. But let me tell you, this is when my mouth fell to the floor. When I saw you in What's Love Got to Do With It playing Tina Turner's sister. Okay. I was like,
I told her not to wear the white dress.
Exactly.
I told her not to wear the. That was for me a big deal because I wasn't a cameo. You know, it was a place that I got a chance to really kind of spread out and do something. I got to show a little bit more of my breadth of talent.
Yes.
And Ruth Carter allowed me to help her choose my wardrobe. But most importantly for me, Ann Worthington, who, God rest her soul, wanted me to wear different hair. And I got her to let me wear my natural hair with all of my naps and just put it up in a wonderful French twist, you know. And so it was important that I got her, all of my, you know, I got that curly, you know, that 3E hair, right? Got that 3E hair, you know.
You know what I found funny? Because you said that you have issues with people not using their inside voices.
Please, come on, Amtrak. All you people are riding Amtraks and flying on the planes. I do not need to know about your conference. I don't care what Ted and Bob did. Could you use your inside voice? We learned that in kindergarten. What up, y'all forgot? Amnesia? What happened?
I don't even know what happened, but I know like you are not happy with today's fashions that you've been seeing.
People, too small is not a size. Can we agree? Can we agree that too small is not a size? And if I see you with some yoga pants off the yoga floor, I'm tackling you, okay? I'm tackling you. What are we doing? Get your underwear under your clothes. I'm just saying. I don't
now, are you shocked at how far we've gone? Because it seems like we've gone from royal to ratchet.
Oh my God, that was a time. You don't have to, like, I was coming out today, I had to dress up, you know, like, cover up a few little things. It's not everybody's business, everything. No. So yeah, I just think that we need to, I want to bring class back.
Ooh, I like that.
BCB, bring a little class back. Can we put you know?
That's right.
Put a ratchet on hold for a minute, you know what I mean?
And you look so good. And I just have to say, I remember going to the Comedy Store and Phyllis, Yvonne, Stickney walked in. I almost just lost my when I saw you walk in. You floated in.
No, this one here gave me the love. And I tell people, I wanted to know for real. So I told my friend, don't tell anybody I'm coming. She was at the store. She was co-hosting at the Comedy Store in LA. And I said, don't tell anybody I'm coming because I want to know the truth. When they see me, I want to know if it's authentic, not they prepared for me. And when Sherri saw me, her reaction was such a loving one and so authentic that it made me grounded and be able to go ahead and, you know, be fabulous for the rest of the night.
Well, let me tell you, my reaction right now, I want to thank you for being here. Phyllis, Yvonne, Stickney. My next guest makes people laugh every day as the warm-up comedian for The View. Now, last time I saw her, I said to her, one day we were going to work together, and that day is today. Please welcome Regina Decicco to my left. I gotta tell you, Regina, I'm so glad you're here because I knew it and I kept saying it. It was gonna happen. And I'm so glad it happened because I love you so much.
Oh my God, I love you. Sherri keeps a promise, everybody. Sherri keeps a promise.
Girl.
Because here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And it's so funny because when we first met, I noticed you got a deep voice.
Oh, me and Sherri? Did you? It's funny because people like to be so coy about it. They're like, oh my God, you have such a distinct voice. And Sherri, that is code for like, it sounds like your voice fell down the stairs. You know what I mean? Like, I am well aware. I have a 3-year-old niece and she calls me Uncle Gina. Uncle Gina, Sherri. And she knows the difference because I have heard her say Aunt Suzanne. But she's making a choice that I will remember at Christmas, okay? Yes. But there's a new baby in town, Sherri, a new baby. Oh my God, little baby, not even a year old. This baby cannot speak. And if you are near the baby and you say Aunt Regina, she just goes, I want to be mad, but I'm impressed. You know what I mean? I'm like, you do not even need your words. That is a sick burn, baby. Right?
But when people hear your voice, do they do crazy things when they hear your voice?
Yeah, so people think they hear different things. So I was doing a show at a college, and this group of girls started laughing, but like independently of the show. You know when you could tell, oh, you're not laughing at me, there's something else.
Yes.
So they said like, oh, you sound like someone, but we can't tell you who. Okay. And I said, yeah, exactly. I was like, no, you have to tell me. And they said, you sound like the slug lady from Monsters, Inc.
No, they didn't.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching you. Right, it's crazy, it's crazy. So I said I have to Google and see what other voices that woman does.
Yes.
But it is a dude. That's a man's voice, Sherri. That is a man's voice.
Regina, I cannot with you. Now, when you go out, like, have you ever had a strange encounter with any fans?
Yeah, so like one time this woman came over and she was like, oh my God, great show, you were so funny. And I was like, thank you. And she said, oh, my friend wants to talk to you. And I said, of course, anything for a fan. And she was like, oh, well, my friend is a speech pathologist.
Oh my gosh.
And she thinks you have polyps. Right? Like, she did. So I run into this woman in the bathroom, right? And she asked me to do vocal exercises. And I do them because I will do anything for another Instagram follower, Sherri, okay? Anything. So I'm talking, and then finally she's like, well, does it hurt when you talk?
Oh, right.
And I said, well, it doesn't hurt me when I talk. But I feel like it hurts you when I talk.
But you know, because I actually love your deep voice, but did you have this as a kid?
Yes, yes, I did. I have always sounded this way, but the thing is, like, people think there's a mystery to how this happened. Everyone's like, oh, you must smoke, like, you smoke, you're a smoker. And I'm like, well, no, like, at what point would I have had to start smoking to be at this stage now, right? Like, well, I'm sorry, was I on the playground? Like, is this line for the slide ever gonna move? Is it me or does recess get shorter every year? Right? Like, no, but I did sound like that on the playground, Sherri. I did.
You did.
So there was some stuff that was impossible for me to do. Like, it was impossible for me to call my friends growing up.
Yeah.
Or like, can Stephanie sleep over? Who is this? Regina from class. Like, you sick pervert. Tell Steph to pack up her PJs and meet me on the playground. Like, just not, but that's all my childhood memories, right? Like, I'm a brownie. It's like a baby Girl Scout. You want Thin Mints or what? Like just bad.
Regina, stop, girl. I can't. Oh my gosh. So I love this. You've been married almost 9 years.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. How's it going?
It's going, Sherri. No, it's good. It's good, but marriage is not the Cinderella story I was promised. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone makes it sound like it's gonna be this whole thing that it's not. Like, I mean, I was at a show and my husband was in the audience. So I got off stage and the server came over to me and she said, the gentleman over there sent you this, right? I'm like, oh my God, what did my husband send? But like champagne, chocolate-covered strawberries? No, my husband sent me his leftover tater tots. Cold to the touch, hard cheese, leftover tater tots, right? And somebody in the audience like raised their hand. They were like, oh, well, did you eat the tater tots? And I felt like Jack Nicholson, A Few Good Men. I was like, you're goddamn right I did. Because they're just... They're cold to the touch. They're cold. They're cold to the touch. But I do feel like marriage sort of it spirals out, and it's not. I can't put this all on my husband. Everybody, it's a little. It's a little me too, Shay. And I feel like we are close.
Yes,
we can share.
are.
We are close, right?
Yes,
we can share.
yes.
I can tell you things took a turn, Sherri. When I let one rip in front of my now husband. I did.
Oh my
and you know
God.
I'm talking far. You know what I'm talking about,
I know
Sherri.
what you're
You know what I'm
talking
talking
about.
So what had happened was, let me paint the scene, everybody. It was Thanksgiving, right? So I bent over to take a look in the oven. Like my husband's making the turkey, he wants me to look, right? So I just bend over to take a look in the oven, right? And that tiniest little toot just slipped right out, right? And he was like, oh my God, that is the cutest thing I've ever heard. What? And I said, if you think that's cute, wait until I try to digest milk, right? Because that's where we are. There's no going back now. There's no going back now.
Regina, you cracked me up, and I knew you would.
Oh my God,
thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh. Now, my next guest has worked with some legendary comedians. Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, Cat Williams, and so many more. And I have to tell you, yes, I was so excited when she said yes to becoming my comedy producer here at Sherri. So please welcome to my Laugh Lounge my dearest friend, Robin Montague.
Thank you.
Now, Robin, we have known each other for over 30 years, you and I. Do you remember how we met?
Yes, when we met, Sherri was a very conservative, Christian, good girl, you know what I mean, from Chicago. And I was a wild theater child from D.C. town. We were the complete opposite, but we were both working at the world-famous Hollywood Comedy Store in L.A. And we were both doing comedy. We were just starting out. But Sherri, she was already on the move. You hear me? She was working in the main room, the original room. I was in the newcomer room, the belly room. You gotta go upstairs. Okay, but what would happen is, in between sets, we would like hang out. Remember that?
Yes, we would.
And we would hang out. We would go up the street and sit on these stairs, right?
We did.
We would sit on these stairs, and Sherri, she's so sweet and quiet and nice, you know. She'd be reading her Bible because, you know, just because we needed that strength. She'd be reading the Bible. I'd be smoking a joint, and the thing is. We accepted each other. We did. We accepted each other for who we were and what we were.
That's right.
And let me tell your audience, with every puff, I said, we're gonna be friends for life. I just know we're gonna be friends forever.
You know, and I did, and I fell in love with you, Robin. And we're so close. You used to babysit my son, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And you say that God knew not to give you children.
God is all-knowing. Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you something, because I loved babysitting Jeffrey and my niece and nephew, Lindsay and DeRay. But I tell you, I don't know a damn thing about kids. I don't understand none of it, what y'all know. I mean, because it's just the way y'all can, as parents, y'all can look at a kid. It could be a stranger, right? And you could look at me and say, he's 6 3/4 years old. I don't know how y'all do that. I don't know how that's a parental power that I don't think y'all get credit for. As a person without children, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God knew not to give me children, but I had children and one of them got lost, and the police would say, well, describe, how old, I don't know, little. He's little. I feel like he's little. That's what, you know what I mean? What is he wearing? I don't really know. I don't dress him. I send him to school, the teachers dress him. But, you know what I mean? All the things you have to do with the children, I don't understand all of the things. So yeah, I'm a really good babysitter, basically because I don't leave the house with the children. If they get lost, I can't describe them.
Now, you always say that you didn't have kids. Because you don't have kids, so you don't have to think about the future.
Right. There's no future. When you don't have kids, what future? After me, it's over. What I'm worried about? What am I worried about? You don't mean the future. And so it's bad. This is not good. I don't advocate this, but as a women without children, y'all got to look out for us. We dangerous. Yeah. We don't care about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? We really don't. You know what I mean? The rainforests and the environments and all the things that y'all concerned about. You know, I want in the future my child to have safe air. I don't know the difference between, you know what I mean? I mean, you know, because I didn't understand what even rainforest meant. I felt like, what is the forest following us and raining on us? You know, and they, you know, say, go green. Green just a color to me. I don't understand all the environments. I really am not environmental friendly, and it's not good. It's women with no kids. You got to be careful. We don't care about nothing.
Oh, well, you know, I just had to.
And see, they applaud that, the recklessness of me.
And I have to say, they do applaud. Yeah. I want to say, you look absolutely amazing, but you say you don't like to exercise.
Who does? Listen. I realize, and you're an example, that working out and eating right is what you're supposed to do to lose weight. That's what you're supposed to do. And in theory, because I'm not I got an intellect, but you know, I don't get the connection between. I mean, you're supposed to exercise, but then the exercise hurt. But you know what I mean? How can this be good and bad at the same time? But I'm in show business. Ain't I in show business? So I gotta do what I gotta do, and that's how come I went last week and I went to the workout class. It wasn't good for anybody, but listen, I went, and aerobics teachers, I'm gonna stand up to tell the audience, and they know what I'm talking about. Them aerobics teachers will lie to you. Won't they lie? Oh, they just so happy. Yeah. Smiling and pretty. And they just lie to you. Here they go. And 6 more, and 4 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more. But bitch, that was 2. I might be fat, but I can count. Come on, man. You know what I mean? I said, don't get me up to counting up off in this gym because I know how many donuts in a dozen. I can count. So I went, and last week, like I said, I went to I worked out, I gave it a day, and how much longer, right? It didn't take. I didn't lose a pound, so I'm eating again. I'm hungry. But, you know, I really wanted to work out, but, you know, I just say I'm gonna go back to my original diet plan, wear black clothes.
She's my comedy producer. Look, I got sciatica. I can't even sit down. You done made me laugh so hard and hurt myself. Welcome to my Laugh Lounge, my dear friend, Chonda Pierce.
Family. What beautiful family you have.
I know I have a beautiful family, and I'm so glad you're here because I've known you for a long time.
A long time.
A long time, Mama. And
before I bought these.
Before I got rid of these, girl. So, but I love it because you are celebrating 30 years in stand-up.
Can you believe it?
How does it feel, Mama?
It feels old. It feels old. You know, it's so funny because this is true. I just wanted to make church girls laugh till their pee in their pants. You know, nothing like urine on a pew, but I didn't know that I would be doing it while I'm peeing in my pants. I'm old.
Girl, no, you're not. Listen, what I love about you because you come from we always talk about this. You come from a very religious family.
Oh, yeah.
Your grandmother did not approve of you doing comedy.
Oh, girl, she's flipping in the grave right now. I'm trying to fix my hair. This is the truth. My grandmother was the meanest Christian you ever knew in your life. I'm not kidding. I didn't want what she had. And I know she always used to say, I'm going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
I would ask her all the time, how many people could fit in a handbasket? Because me and 4 cousins are going to hell in the same handbasket. And that woman, I know she's in heaven because she did all the right things. She didn't wear jewelry. She never wore makeup or anything. She'd think these little bling right here is going to send you to everything's sending you to hell. and she's in heaven, I think. I'm pretty sure. But this is the truth. I don't think she lives on the same street with Jesus because...
Really?
He seems like so much more fun than my grandmother.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to live on the same street with my grandmother. Yeah. I don't know if I want to be anywhere in eternity with my grandmother. I think people that live on the street with Jesus, let's be honest, ain't nobody in here going to live on the same street with Jesus.
Okay.
But I think people that do live is like Moses, and Noah's got a little marina at the end of the road. People like that, the disciples, I think Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's the only politician I can think of that will be in heaven. But I think Martin Luther King probably lives in it. Mother Teresa will live on the same street with. My grandma lives like 2 towns over.
Oh my gosh.
I think she's on another planet, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's so funny that you talk about heaven, because I knew your husband, and you guys were together for 31 years before he passed away.
Yes.
And,
look, oh, he wasn't that great. Come on.
I love, but this how you make it so funny. Like,
I cracked myself up.
You sure do. You still feel close to your hubby?
I do. You know, and sometimes I get mad. I wish I didn't, because then I'd just go have lots of sex. But it's just that, you know, and I built a house right beside where I put him. And then in the middle of plowing and getting ready for the house, they moved the little marker.
Oh, right.
And shoved it off in the woods. And so I had to call the funeral home and I lost my husband again. And then you feel terrible. They came out there with metal detectors. I thought, well, I guess his wedding ring was a piece of trash. Nothing beeped except I found like a hubcap to a Ford Pinto and like 3, you know, cannonballs. So there was a civil war on my farm. I didn't know it. And somebody shot a cannon out of a Ford Pinto.
You are crazy, Chonda. I love you. So now, because we talk about this all the time, because we're both single.
Yes.
So is it challenging being like dating now?
I thought it was hard making Christians laugh without a 2-drink minimum. It is hard when your man is gone, and and the whole dating world is different.
Yeah.
I mean, and now it's online. It's online, and everybody just wants a bumble. They just want a quickie, you know. I'm 60. I don't do nothing quick. It's really bad. And it's ourtime.com. Oh, my stars.
Yes.
The pictures look like ancestry.com.
Yeah.
This guy had a oxygen tube under his nose. That's supposed to be your best foot forward. Oxygen tube under his nose.
Gosh. Well, they got the plenty of fish, though. Like, if you go...
Well, yeah, but, you know, he sent me a picture of his lure.
Of his lure.
I told him you ain't catching nothing here with that.
I can't laugh anymore at you. I love you so much, and I'm so glad you came and did. Oh, my gosh.